All right, welcome to Semper Sometimes with Benny. So again, found a random ass person that I've never met to have on the show. And as always, it was just a random DM. Saw him on somebody else's Instagram, TMR, the Marine rapper. And before I even get into the guest, I'm gonna just come out and say, like, bro, I'm so pissed off, right? So I've been following this dude for like probably like the past month. And a couple of my friends told me, hey, he goes live every day and he'll let you hop in. So I'm sitting here every day trying to hop in. And today he lets me in, and it's like 5 minutes before I have to go into a conference call. And I'm like, bro, like I was so tight. But I actually, the fact that I got to talk to him was awesome. But if it wasn't, and this is what I like about people like him, and I don't know him, so I can't even really advocate for him. But you know, the reality of it is that he's putting people like me and you together. With him doing that, he's letting people hop on, and then he's getting you likes, and then he's getting more people to learn about you and stuff like that. And the reality of it is that we couldn't be here right now having this episode if I wasn't, if that link didn't happen. So thank you, to him for that. But without further ado, just introduce yourself, man. Tell us who you are, and we'll go from there, man.
What's up, y'all, man? It's your boy Punchline3nt. I am a Afghan vet from 2010 to 2011. Basically, man, how this came to be is through the power of prayer and faith, man. I prayed the whole time I was deployed. Got back to the U.S., got out of the military and started pursuing my dreams, man. And that was my purpose. That was my calling, So I work on it every single day. Built a brand called Punchline. All my fans are called punchers, so that's who we are as a unit, as a family. And we're starting from the ground up, man.
No doubt, man. So give us a little bit of background about you. Where did you grow up? How was your upbringing? Did you always know you were going to be in the military? And then also, what branch did you serve in? So kind of give us a background on how all that came to be.
Okay. Well, I'm originally born and raised in Chicago, Illinois. 10 years old, I left Chicago, started touring the world with my stepfather. Been all through all kind of places, Europe, freaking Asia, Southeast Asia. I joined the U.S. Army by the influence of my stepdad at the age of 17. I was fresh out of high school, 2 weeks out of high school only, and then I left, had to strap on the boots, get the training. But yeah, man, that's how everything started to be.
How was it, living in Chicago growing up? Like, you remember
Chicago
it
was
at
fun
all?
back in the day. It's a lot different now than what it used to be. Back in the 90s, we were 90s kids. We didn't really have all that technology and stuff, so we had to make pure fun out of nothing. What I was
Yeah.
stuff like that. So jump rope and all that.
No doubt. And how old are you?
I am 31.
Oh, okay, but we're the same age. All right,
June.
all right, no doubt. So you said that it was your stepfather that influenced you into joining the army. What was it? What was it specifically that made you, like? Were you intrigued by it? Was it his persona? Like, what was it that kind of made you look into that, doing that?
Well, it molds you into a different person. I wanted to join because, I wanted stability and stuff like that. And I wanted to be able to pay for my own life.
Mm-hmm.
The military provided just that plus more. I got a lot of structure in my life once I went in. I never thought I was going to have that. Discipline is a really big one. That's why I do what I do now, and I'm able to stick with it because of what I've been taught in the Army. So,
got you. So the music thing, was it something you always came up with? Was it something that you always had in you? Like, was it like a natural born talent? Like, were you always rapping and stuff like that? Or is it something that, like, how did that happen?
music has been in my life ever since I could start hearing, bro. So I was introduced to this at a very young age. My grandmother And then, you know, I got influenced with the whole starting a rap thing from my cousins. They were an elite group back in the day in Chicago called the Mercenaries. So music has always been in my heart. We used to play music all the time at the house, whether we clean up, you know, just lounging around. It's always music, man. But I did music. I started creating music at 16, my own music. Like I started working on beats and stuff. Then I got really serious about it once I got out of the military.
So here's a question for you. How many, and this might be a no, but I've seen it while I've been in the Marine Corps, I've seen it happen. Have you ever just gone into, you know, a cipher or anything like that while being, you know, in the Army, like while you were out there with your friends? Like, did you and anybody ever just start rapping and shit?
Yeah, all the time. It was like, man, I always ran into somebody who rapped. So it was just always happening.
No
Lyrical
doubt, no doubt.
exercises, man, all the time. We would, you know, the old veteran thing, man. We would get drunk and like, especially in like AIT and stuff. We would go to school to learn our job. Like, dude, the weekends, man, would be lit. We would just grab hotel rooms and get drunk and just rap all night or whatever.
So where did so before we get into the PTSD song, I'm on my way home before I, you know, hopped on with you. There was one song I was listening to. I've never listened to any of your music before today. So I was on my way and I was like, all right, well, if I'm about to interview this dude, I should probably listen to some of his music, right? So I listened to, I think it was, I don't want to mess it up, so I'm gonna pull up my phone and just look because I don't want to say it wrong, but Jay Junkin.
Yeah, Justin Junkin.
Okay, so I wanted to add. Okay, so that's what it is, because I was listening to that song, bro, and that I was like, wow. I was really like, you know, the way that it starts off, the lyrics in the song, like I was like, wow, this is like a really, like, just listening to it, you know, and you could tell that the words that you're talking about are coming from the heart. What is that song about? You know, besides the fact of listening to it, like, what is it? Where was it a true story? Is it something that you knew? Is it someone that you knew? Like, how did that come about?
He was Justin Junkin was my team leader, my old team leader, and my first team leader. I went through 2 team leaders in Afghanistan. He was assigned to us right before we deployed. In the middle of deployment, I got reassigned. But Justin had a lot of mental problems going on, you know, with us being out there and everything that was going on. He left to go home for R&R for about a month. It takes about a month to fully get back from everything. And, you know, we noticed changes in his behavior and stuff. And so once we all came back to garrison, you know, he was missing for a couple of days. And so we finally went to his house and we found him in the car. He shot himself.
Oh shit.
Yeah. He just had a newborn baby and everything, man. It was crazy. Damn.
So for those of you who don't know, if you're not in the military, R&R, that's what is that?
Rest and, man, it's been a while.
What is it? Rest and repository or something like that?
Yeah, rest and recovery.
Yeah, rest and recovery. So that's just when you were in the Army, because y'all have like long ass deployments. Y'all be like going out there for like a year and shit.
Well, now it's shorter, but
yeah. But back then,
18 months, and then it was 15 months, then 12 months. Now it's 6 months. Some people are doing 3 months.
Bro, I'm telling you, man, that shit's crazy, because like the Marine Corps, at least now, even, and when I went over, it was 7 months. But like my brother, he just retired from the Army. But my brother has like literally like, I think like 4 years time in Iraq, and then like 2 years time in Afghan. So he has like 6 years of like legitimate, like 6 years of his career is just overseas.
Now, is he a combat? Does he have a combat job?
Yeah, my brother was he was airborne infantry. So his all 5 of his tours. Yeah,
he's been having a career over there.
Yeah. So so can you tell us a little bit about Justin? So you said that, so you guys found him in his car?
Yeah.
Damn. So how, if you don't mind me asking, so what my question really would be, what made you want to make a song? Like, how did that come about? Like, how did the lyrics come out? Like, do you remember, like, you know, creating that?
When I was combat, I dealt with a lot, from our superiors and stuff like that. There's a lot going on within our unit. So, really the best of the people stuck together. Everybody it was segregated, you know, everybody just did their own thing within their own group. And Justin was a good dude. He deployed to Iraq and then he deployed to Afghanistan. But it was eating him away slowly, man. And I wanted to talk on it because, I felt like he meant a lot to me, because he took care of me, when we deployed and stuff like that. So I wanted to make sure that he would be remembered, because a lot of people die and then, people get out and they forget and stuff like that. But I can't forget things like that, especially if you were good to me and you did good deeds for me. So yeah, I wanted to make a tribute for him. I never got around to making the video, but I will soon. I just got to have some bodies and the right energy for it.
Yeah. So do you have any fond memories of Justin? Any funny times? Anything you want to maybe share with us about him?
I mean, we joked around a lot when we worked in the motor pool. We worked in the motor pool damn near every day. The motor pool is like 20 degrees hotter than everything. So yeah, we out there like 100-degree weather in the middle of freaking Fort Campbell, Tennessee, man, and we just cleaning our howitzer guns because we were field artillery, and when we deployed, we were infantry. So yeah.
So you guys hump. So I would assume you guys did a lot of humping together and stuff like that.
We did.
So you guys were there together every day in the suck.
Every day. Yep.
Yeah. So and I'm glad that you said that, man. I'm glad that you brought that up. The reason why you created the song and the reason why you do your music is because that's why I created my podcast. Because I find the same thing you're talking about. There's so many Marines that suicide. I don't want to say it's a sore subject, but the thing is that it's a hard subject. You know what I mean? Because you have people who, some people see it as a different, right? So but the reality of it is that person's still lost, that person's still gone. So he, like you said, he had a child. That child's going to live on the rest of their life not having a father, all these things. And the reality of it is that if we don't carry on their memory, then they're gone. But that's what we're here for, is to do that, So, and it's crazy if you really think about it. Like, nobody knows what that song means to you until people ask those questions. And you got to think about it. Like I was looking at some of your songs, and some of your songs have like 7,000, 8,000 views. So every single time that somebody clicked on that song, they were like, "Oh crap, who is this? Who's this guy? Who is this? What name is this?" You know what I mean? And it's crazy to think that, and it's awesome at the same time to think that, because his name was said either aloud or in their head. You know what I mean? And then right now, and that's the beauty of it, because no matter how somebody passes, no matter how somebody dies, that doesn't mean their memory shouldn't live on. That doesn't mean that their family doesn't, their family is still dealing with a loss. You know what I mean? And I think that a lot of times, like you said, people get forgotten, and it's not meant to happen. But I think it happens. And it's, it's good that things like that are happening, that you're remembering him. So what inspired you to write PTSD? Because I'm telling you right now, like I said this before. So I heard, so TMR shared your, had you come on the live, talked about it, and was like, "Hey, go buy this." So the worst thing about me is I like to spend money. And for whatever reason, when someone says, "Hey, go buy this," 9 times out of 10, I just go buy it. I'm just like, all right. And then I looked at the price. I was like, bro, I can't not spend $1.29. Like, this isn't gonna, break the bank. So I bought it. And bro, I'm telling you right now, like, no lie, I listened to it at first, and then that's when I posted it on my Instagram. And then right after that, and that's when I hit you up. And then I was at work. So then on my way home, I had a 45-minute drive home. I probably listen. It's like, I think like what, like 2 minutes and 40 some odd seconds. Like I listened to it like probably like 20 times on the way home. Cause I was really freaking, dude, that shit was, I'm telling you, like I really, really was affected by that song. And my question is, where did it, where did you get the lyrics? Clearly you lived the lyrics, right? But what, how did it come about? Like, were you just sitting there one day and it just
Well,
like,
me and TMR, we've been talking about doing that for like, man, the first time he let me on his live, I freestyled for him and his people. So they accepted me. They opened it up with warm arms, man. It felt good. And so we talked about doing a collab, and it took me about up until now to get that collab done because I had to move all the way down to Tampa from Chicago. Um, so in between that time, bro, my mental health is nonstop, bro. Like I always go to the VA and stuff. And dude, I got medications right now on the counter, dude. I gotta take some before I go to sleep. But dude, I live it every day, man. Like I have, my family, it affects my family, it affects me heavily. Like sometimes I can't even get out of bed and do what I need to do sometimes because this is like a whole battle. I have a lot of flashbacks and stuff. So I dig deep to talk about what I go through in the most professional way that I know how.
mm,
So with that song, all the nightmares, all the flashbacks, all the irritabilities that I have, all my fears, all that was in the 16 bars of that verse that I put on that song.
yeah,
So yeah, man, that was from the heart.
bro, I could tell, man. And listening to that song, bro, like I can tell you right now, like I was like, bro, and that's the crazy, and I like that's just my that's it. I was like, bro, like because the reality of it is man, is that like sometimes people deal with PTSD, right? And then PTSD is it's a lot of people don't understand that PTSD isn't just from being overseas. It's not just from war, but
Right.
when you sit down and you have a conversation, like right. So I'm currently going through the VA, and I'm getting my VA claims and stuff, and it's such a weird thing to have that conversation with somebody who's never been through it. And you're having this conversation, you're talking to the psychiatrist, because they got to do the claim, and it's like they just don't get it. No matter how many times they hear the stories, they just don't get it. While I understand they understand because they're doctors and they have these degrees, but they'll never understand it to the level that we'll understand it because we've lived it.
The part that I think that they don't understand,
Yeah.
I've been through like freaking 3-4 years of therapy already. It's the feelings. We can tell somebody how we feel, but they don't really understand because they don't feel it.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't feel the irritability that we're talking about, the stresses that we're talking about, like the fears and the worries that we have. Like that shit is not comfortable.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like my only reaction to your song when I heard it was like, bruh, because I literally was like, dude, this is someone who's lived what I've gone through, and maybe we haven't gone through it to the same extent, when no one's, and then no one will ever go to the same extent because we all live and breathe differently. We all have a different mind. So the reality, but the reality of it is though, is that that song, bro, I'm telling you right now, like if it, I don't know anything about music, so I'm not, I don't know if I'm right when I say like that shit's gonna fucking go high. Like if it doesn't, I'm gonna be mad as hell that it doesn't, because like, bro, like I listen to some of these, like, bro, listen, I don't have anything against the dude, but my only question is, and I said this to my wife the other day, like when TMR posted that song with This Is War, like when he posted that song, I was bumping to that song, and then I looked at it and I looked at and saw that Lil Nas is like on #1 on the charts, and in my head I'm like, bro, if that motherfucker is #1 on the charts, then this song right now better be like positive 100,001 on the charts. Like I know that's not a
Hopefully,
number,
man,
but
hopefully we can take the
no,
number one spot for at least a
bro,
week. You know,
nah, man, I'm telling you, like, if it doesn't happen, I'm gonna be yelling, "Let's go, Brandon!" But because it's, dude, the song itself, man, you can feel the meaningfulness that's inside of you coming out, and you can, and on top of that, TMR too, like you can feel the natural reaction coming from you, and you can tell that this isn't, and it's like me and him were talking about on the live feed, like, bro, you can tell when people, you hear all these rappers and they're talking about all this stuff that they've done, and it's like, okay, sure, you probably haven't done any of it, but like for you guys to rap about this, it's I love it because of the fact, like, I've listened to rap my whole life, but this is finally something that I can relate to. Like this is, and it's not, I get it, it's not a good thing that I want to relate to PTSD, but the reality of it is that I'm telling you right now, man, I think, I don't think, I know, like there's going to be a lot of people that hear this song, and people who might hate rap, because they're out there. I don't know how, but they're out there, but they're going to be out there and they're going to listen to this song, bro. And I'm telling you right now, like this song is freaking, it's fire, man. So clearly it's something that you deal with, right, on an everyday basis. For those people out there that are dealing with it, or maybe don't know that they're dealing with it, what's some advice that you could share with them?
well, I would say the number one thing, man, is keep yourself busy. Do something you like. Keep yourself engaged in it. Just make sure that you're always productive. Try not to overdo things. Take your time. Don't get burnt out. It's so easy to get stressed out nowadays. But just keep yourself productive.
When did you, if you don't mind me asking, when did you get out of the army?
2013 in April.
Okay. So when did you realize that you were having, issues with PTSD? Like when did that kind of come to fruition? Because a lot of people don't
Um,
realize it, you know what I mean? Like, or you think it and you're like, oh, nah, that's not me. That's not me. And then all of a
yeah,
sudden
I
you're like, oh,
refuse to
crap.
believe it. I refused to believe it for like the first 3 years, but things just kept getting out of hand. You know what I'm saying? Like I was married before my prior marriage. Um, and then after that, I was single for a while. I was experiencing things with that too. Uh, I was in and out of therapy a lot, and I actually checked in the psych ward about 3 times for PTSD. Um, and then, like, even now, it still affects my relationship now with my new girlfriend I've been with 4 years. You know, but I'm handling it well. She knows how to handle me. And it's working.
Yeah.
Working out so far. I'm just
Yeah.
taking that energy and I'm trying to channel it into the right pot. If that makes sense.
No, it definitely does, man. I definitely understand that because, I've been with my wife for 12 years. And there's some great days and there's some really bad days. And then there's some times where like my wife's like, do you remember having that conversation with me? I'm like, nah, not at all. Like, like full blown conversations. I'm like, no, did I really say that? Like, and it's, yeah, man, I definitely understand where you're coming from on that one, man. And I think it's, and that's the thing, man, is I think that's a huge part that gets forgotten, is how hard it is on us, but how hard it is on our families. You know what I mean? Because they also got to know how to deal with it. They got to know how to, you know, react to it, and that's a huge part of it too, and then and then it can cause so much, anxiety and so much, stuff like that. And I think that's a huge part of it that gets forgotten.
You want to know
Is
what I had trouble with that I recently came to terms with? It's acceptance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to accept what I've been through, who I am, and what I'm doing, and that goes with everything, bro.
Yeah.
If I don't accept the fact that I have PTSD, I wouldn't know how to handle it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and and you also, and it's something that I've talked about on previous episodes too, but it's that thing it's that thing about life, man. And the thing about, life and God and purpose and all that, you know, is the reality is that if you never went through what you went through, then you couldn't have written a song called PTSD.
Right.
And again, the reality of it is, man, is that we don't understand our purpose until our purpose comes to fruition. And the reality of it is, man, is that even if it's like I don't know if you know the numbers, but you already dropped the pre-order for the song, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you've already touched people with this song mentally, physically, and emotionally, and the song hasn't even dropped yet. So the reality is that on, what is it, November 1st?
Yep, ripping
So
snippets too.
yeah, so when the album actually drops, like I'm telling you right now, man, like the amount of people that you're going to impact is crazy. But again, it's all because you went through it, and you couldn't have done it if you didn't go through it. So what is Rippin'? What is it? What's the name of the album? And also, what does it mean?
It's the second volume of ripping snippets.
Okay. So what is Rippin' Snippets? What does that mean?
All right. So you know how everybody shows you a snippet of their song, like
Yeah,
really small
yeah,
songs. All right, there's 24 songs. There are about 6 songs on the album, but the rest of them are snippets. So they're like verses, and then they go on to a hook, and then that's it, and the beat fades out. But I ripped every one of those snippets. The reason why I called it ripping snippets is because I have different flows, different melodies, different syllables, different cadences. I took everything that I learned from when I used to run every morning and I ran with it, bro. We ran every day, bro, at least 4 miles. And so from all that cadence calling, bro, that actually had an impact on me.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
All right, no,
I learned how to control my breathing and all that stuff from doing that. So that's where all that came from.
bro, yo, that's it, man. And people wonder, people are like, yo, what's the purpose of it? Is it just to yell? No, it's to control your breathing. There's a lot of things that we don't realize until afterwards, right?
Yeah.
You know, everyone's thinking it's about stuff like that. You know,
It's
but
not
it's
just
not.
about rapping fast or singing and nothing like. I mean, it is about that because that
Yeah,
appeals to the masses. But it's just about being able to control it and being comfortable with it and not forcing it out. You know, I hear a lot
yeah,
of music where it's forced.
yeah, yeah. No,
So
yeah, like your flow, man, I can tell. Like it's good, man. It's nice.
thank you.
And so this album, how long did it take for you to put it together?
11 months,
And you say you do this every day,
every single day, brother.
every day.
I have to fund everything. I have to gather things. I have to edit things myself. Like I done been through so much with other people, falling out of relationships and stuff like that, spiraling, you know.
Yeah.
Like, man, dude. So it took me 11 months to get all this together, man.
How does it feel now that it's here? Like, how does it feel?
The audio portion is done.
Uh-huh.
There's still a lot more work that needs to be done. You know, promoting never stops.
Yeah, yeah.
And I have to work on my videos. So every week I'm doing videos now until I at least do about videos to 10 songs. 10 songs, bro. And I'm gonna hang it up for a little while and take a little break and get back to the family and stuff strictly.
Yeah. So tell us about your family, man. You got kids?
Yeah, I got 3 kids, man. I got 2 daughters and I got a son. My son lives with his mom.
No doubt. No doubt, man. I'm sure that they're part of the passion.
Oh yeah, most definitely. My son, I bought him a MPC and a MacBook. He does his little thing. He calls me every
Okay.
now and then to ask me how to work things and stuff, but you know.
No doubt, man. So what other so clearly, and the other song, that the what is it, the Pro?
The Pro.
Yeah, the Pro. That one, yo, that one's good too. So on the, is there anything else on the, I'm assuming, well, clearly you're the artist, so they all, in your opinion, they're all gonna bang. So is there any other ones that you like? Why did you choose those two to be the one that you know dropped first to pre-order?
Well, with those 2, I wanted to make sure that I made a good impression.
Mm-hmm.
PTSD, it was great to release that one because I felt like when I got with TMR, it would be the right promotion, you know what I'm saying, for the album.
Yeah.
So, and it's actually going in a good direction now that I decided to do that with him. I mean, he gave me the idea, hey, bro, you should do this. I thought about it for a couple of days and I came back to him and I was like, yeah, man, you're right. You know what? Let's do it. So,
How did you guys link up?
uh, I met him through Lex. You know who Lex Bratcher is?
Nah.
Okay, so I met Lex Bratcher through Tech Nine. The reason why I know about her is because he was on her album, or she was on his album. I'm sorry.
Hold
So
on. You know Tech Nine,
I don't know Tech Nine, but
but you've met
we
him?
follow each other on Instagram and stuff. I'm
Oh,
meeting
okay.
him in about another month.
Oh
But
shit. Okay.
but yeah, so I met her and then I asked her, I was like, yo, you ever did any songs with any combat veterans? She's like, yeah, I actually did one with the Marine rapper. So I went over to his page, followed him. Shit, the next day, dude, he was live and I jumped in there. I was like, yo, I met you through Lex Bratcher. He gave me a heart and stuff. And then he let me on a live one day because he was having like a little freestyle session. I jumped in there and made a good impression. And then bro started just tapping in with me ever since that. I was like, yo, and it's like he treats me like family, bro.
That's so awesome, man. That's so sick. It's so sick to like me and him were talking about, man, just being, I think that's a huge part of life that's gone now is just authenticity, and people just get so lost in the clout and the clout chasing, and they forget that they're normal human beings. And I think, it's awesome. Like being able to talk to him was awesome as hell, man. Because he's just like a normal dude who acts like a normal dude.
Yeah.
But all right, man. So before we go, can you let everybody know where to find you at, where to pre-order your stuff at? And then, I think you said you had merchandise. Like, let us know where we can get everything we need to from Punchline.
All right. So you can find me by typing in any platform you're on. My name is Punchline3nt. If you guys want the merchandise, you got to hit me on my Instagram directly in the DMs because I hand make everything that goes out. So my Instagram is Punchline3nt as well. Everything, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, Spotify, all that, YouTube. So everything is Punchline3nt. And you guys contact me, I'll hook you up with some merch.
All right, and then make sure you go pre-order the 2 songs because they're freaking fire. And then the album drops November 1st, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, no doubt, man. I can't wait, man. I'm telling you that song's gonna go far, man. And people are gonna the lives are gonna be changed from it, and people are gonna realize, some people might listen to the song and be like, wow, I can really relate to this, who didn't really want to admit it. I think a lot of that's gonna happen, man. I think
I mentioned that in some songs on the album too.
Okay. All right, no doubt. A little bit of foreshadowing right there. But all right, man. Hey, I appreciate you coming on, man. I really do. I thank you so much, man, for giving me the opportunity to learn more about you. Let my fans, my subscribers, whatever we want to call them, followers, just learn more about you as a person, as a rapper, as a father, as a veteran. Just thanks again, man, for all that you're doing. And I can't wait to see you blow up, man. And I'm glad to have this opportunity with you, bro.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you having me on here, man. It was fun.
Yeah, definitely, bro. All right, bro. I appreciate you.
All right, bro. Have a good one.
You too.